Discover America's playing field, home to the iconic Pro Football Hall of Fame and the growing Hall of Fame Village. Explore a vibrant city filled with award-winning dining options, exciting events, and entertainment. Find it here in America's playing field. Connect with Visit Canton for personalized assistance, planning an unforgettable trip.
We're from the town with that great football team. We cheer the Pittsburgh Stil'rs. Chuck Noll and all his friends are all on the beat. Go out and get them Stil'rs. Bradshaw and Rocky and Franco and Lee.
Huddle up, Steelers Nation, it's Tank for da-da-da-da. Well, look, if you tune into the show every week or podcast on the iHeart Radio National Network, the former NFL quarterback, myself, Mike, it's been about 6 years now we've been calling the show Steelers Chalk Talk. We're proud to announce that we have changed the name and we'll be changing it over to Let's Talk Steelers. Remember like your grandpappy used to say in the 70s, them Steelers! They're going Super Bowl! STIL-RS. That's called a colloquialism. You kids going to West Liberty and Bethany, look it up in that there dictionary. Colloquialism. That's a word. Definition means local to the area, I guess. Like we speak Yinzer in Western PA and West Virginia. Yinzer. When you speak Yinzer, you're speaking in colloquialisms. So when we say, let's go Steelers, let's talk Steelers, we're using colloquialisms for Steelers. We're excited about that. That name change comes because we have some exciting news. Mike and I have been doing radio for some different stations for the last 6 years. Latrobe, covering training camp. Of course, iHeart, Fox Sports, Wheeling, West Virginia. Shout out to Corey and Craig who keep us on the air each week. We're very excited that we will be on television. Yeah. You get to see my ugly mug, Tank Tantlinger. Of course, the NFL quarterback, Mike McMahon, who played for the Lions and Eagles. Well, Mike, I got a face that's made for radio. Looks like somebody hit me in the face with a coal shovel. Whereas Mike, he looks like that prototypical, good-looking, all-American boy at quarterback. That's why we're going on television. Mike's the brains and the beauty behind the operation here. Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m., you can watch us on 22 The Point. Yeah, very excited about that. Actual television. Remember Willy Wonka from the 70s when TV Mike jumped in front of the camera? After Willie transported the chocolate bar via TV waves, Mike said, I'm TV, Mike, transport me. And he ended up a little 3-inch little boy there. Hopefully, the tank could lose some weight. So if they transport me through the airwaves, I could shed a few pounds. Yeah, very excited about that. 22 The Point. Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. starting the week 9. We decided to do half the season. We've got some great sponsors on board. Italian Village Pizza. Can't say enough about it. Go see them at one of their 18 locations. Anywhere from Little Washington to, of course, their restaurant, Trattoria. The Italian Village Trattoria up there on Route 28, Waterworks Mall. Mike and I will be filming live episodes from Italian Village up on Route 28. Sometimes at lunch, sometimes Tuesday evenings. We got to get through the election cycle, and Mike coaching high school football for North Catholic. Very excited about that. Very excited about starting the show, and we want to thank Italian Village Pizza. And when you go into Italian Village Pizza to see the TV show, or if you go to the Lawrenceville Distilling in Lawrenceville, PA, or their new location at Christmas up in Verona, you can order old Joe DeGroot there Joe DeGroot. That's a hell of a name. He looks like a DeGroot. You open the encyclopedia and what's a Joe DeGroot? There he is, smiling, happy, mixing drinks. Joe and his brothers have opened their own distillery in Pittsburgh. They make award-winning gins and vodkas, parking chair vodka, ginger. Just a really great atmosphere. They're nice guys, too. You ever go in a bar and the owner's there and he's a jack or a jagoff? And it's like, why would I give you my hard-earned money, man? I get up at 4 a.m., go to work, earn money, and it's hard to earn these days. Inflation's killing me, killing everybody. And your bartender, or you, the owner, I'm going to go into a local tavern, and you're just going to go, That's not what you get at Lawrenceville Distilling. Joe DeGroot, my buddy Joe, and his brothers, they're good guys. They're down-to-earth guys, man. They love new customers. They love meeting people. They're awesome. They have music. Check them out at Lawrenceville Distilling. But when you come see a live taping, you can get Joe there invented a drink just for our show called the Line of Scrimmage. The Line of Scrimmage. Wonderful, made with their gin and some bitters, and just wonderful. So, Let's Talk Stil'rs is the name of the show moving forward. And, of course, come see us at Italian Village Pizza or go to Lawrenceville Distilling. There are 2 locations in Pittsburgh, Lawrenceville, Verona. And say, Tank told me to get one of them there lines of scrimmages. Oh, you mean the drink that's made with gin and bitters and a shot of bourbon, of our own Lawrenceville Distilling bourbon on the side? Coming right up, cupcake. All right, some things to talk about with your Pittsburgh Steelers. Looked good there at 3-0, didn't it? I mean, defensively, we was a humming. You got to love Patrick Queen. You got to love Eldon Roberts at inside linebacker. The rookie is getting snaps. Peyton Wilson, the gazelle. I call him that because he is as fast as a gazelle. That guy in year 5, he packs on 40 pounds of muscle, which NFL guys do. Let me step back and give you some insight into a locker room. Many of you know I played left bench at PITT back in the glory days in the 80s. And a friend of mine who's gone now, who is missed, he was a great guy, really affable gentleman. On the football field, he'd rip your head off. He almost took my head off one day. We can get into that another day. But often recognized as the greatest college lineman of all time. Bill Fralick, Pittsburgh's own Bill Fralick of Penn Hills. Bill lifted weights all the time at Pitt. He was massive. When he got into the NFL, drafted by the Atlanta Falcons, Billy came home for homecoming, whatever it was the next year. Came in the locker room, say hi to the guys, work out. I didn't think he could get bigger and more muscular and more defined. He did. That was the regiment of the NFL diet, workout routine, and of course growing into a man, at that age, early 20s, when you 2-3 years, you really grow into your manhood. So the point I'm saying there is Peyton Wilson at inside linebacker. He's going to grow, man. And once he learns to read an NFL offense, he's going to be awesome. But the defense really carried the Steelers for the first 3 weeks. I mean, speaking of the Atlanta Falcons, if it wasn't for Chris Boswell, you'd have 0 points out of Arthur Smith's offense. Arthur Smith's offense. Start bearing this in mind because I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about it yet. Mike Tomlin has just taken you through a living hell of offensive coordinators. Todd Haley. Now, a lot of people in Yinzer Nation are like, Todd Haley wasn't that bad. He's pretty good. You're an idiot. Shut up. Todd Haley was a moron. That Steelers offense should have been to 2 Super Bowls with the Killer Bees. Todd Haley was a moron. He had a future Hall of Fame quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger. He had AB. He had Bell in the backfield. He had arguably the best offensive line in the league. And Todd Haley screwed the Steelers out of going to Super Bowl. So don't tell me Todd Haley was good. Paul at KDKA, a buddy of mine. Todd Haley's a genius. You're just a yunzer. Don't tell me that crap. You don't know what you're talking about. Your head's up your third point of contact. Todd Haley sucked. They ran him out of Cleveland. He's coaching midget football in Tampa now because no NFL team wants him. Tell me Todd Haley was a good offensive coordinator. Hey, you're listening to Steelers. Oh, no, you're listening to Let's Talk Steelers. I'm Tank Tantlinger. Then Mike Tomlin presented you with Randy Fichtner. I like Randy. He's a nice man. He was there to hold Ben Roethlisberger's hand. Horrible decision. Then the genius Mike Tomlin presented to you. Steelers Nation. 1. Matthew Canada. Yep, I just heard tires squeak on cars. Some lady in Steubenville, her beer was in a red Solo cup. It just flew out of her hand. She threw it at the speaker. Sorry I mentioned Matthew Canada's name. But you have to. Those who forget history are doomed to remember it. Hence, arcing to Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith. I'm just going to pencil that in for right now. As this season unfolds, is Arthur Smith a better coordinator than Matt Canada and Todd Haley? Absolutely. That's already apparent. What concerns me is it don't take much to get better than Matt Canada. It don't. You guys sitting down there in Jack's Bar in the South Side, I've drank with you during Steelers games last year. We had to. It was miserable. You had a drink. You guys sitting at Jack's called better games than Matt Canada. Anybody did. Steely McBean could have been your offensive coordinator and did better than Matthew Canada. Arthur Smith, Arthur Smith, Arthur Smith. Not happy after 5 games. Is he better? Sure. Who wouldn't throw the ball to the tight end? Freiermuth and Washington. Who wouldn't? Matt Canada wouldn't. Who wouldn't send George Pickens on a variety of routes other than just jump 50-50 balls down the sideline like Matthew Canada did? There was no reason to go into Atlanta and put up no points. In fact, should this not have been a vindication game for Arthur Smith? They fired him. Remember, the Falcons fired Arthur Smith. And we thought it was a good decision to then hire him. Hire the guy that had been fired. Not find some brilliant young man out there that's doing something at the collegiate level or an underling on a pro level. It's called a coaching tree. It's not called pick the apples off the ground because the tree doesn't fall far from the tree that a coach got fired. Do you understand what I'm saying, Arthur Smith, Arthur Smith, Arthur Smith?